What's up, guys? It's Vols back. Very first episode of MaddenCast for MHU in the Madden 24 cycle. Super excited to kick this off. Just really excited about the cycle. I was extremely excited last year and we got let down. Hopefully, that's not the case this year. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot better. The game so far, I'm really liking it. Curious what y'all think about it. I've seen some of y'all in chat. Most of you, I think, kind of like it. I know there's some bugs. The passing is bugged, um, but hopefully we get some patches. Maybe a day one patch coming soon now that the game's out. Um, but yeah, so we're here today to discuss some of the topics that we voted on as a league. Discuss all that, the thinking that went into that, as far as the admins. Getting together, discussing all of that stuff. We'll talk about the MHU coin, the store, the plans for that, um, and then we'll release the preseason bracket at the end of the show. I know y'all are excited to kind of get that started and playing, against your competitors, kind of seeing where you're gonna stack up early on in this Madden cycle. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into everything. So we sent out an email, or not an email. We sent out an announcement. It was based on Google, but we sent out that a Google link in the announcements. Um, Basically, you voted on I think four or five things, something like that. We're just gonna kind of go over those. I can tell you going into this, I was surprised by all the results, to be honest. Um, and my thinking, and pretty much the admin's thinking, I believe, we didn't really discuss this, but I think we had the mindset of if it wasn't close, we weren't going to discuss it. Now, if it was like 75-25 in favor of something different, then that's going to be a pretty heavy discussion. But if it was 75-25, to say, like, for example, to keep abilities on, we weren't even going to discuss that. We were just going to move on, leave abilities on, move on. Spoiler alert, abilities was not 75-25. So we'll jump straight into the first thing we voted on, which was stock playbooks versus custom playbooks. So we're gonna just dive straight into it. This has been what everybody's been wanting to know. Is customs coming back? Are we staying stock? If we are, what are our options? Um, I was surprised by this one. I thought it was going to be in favor pretty heavily one way, um, and it wasn't. Um, I thought last cycle, as bad as it was as far as like EA, I thought the one good thing that we had personally, I mean, my favorite thing was custom playbooks. I know it was different compared to what we're used to, but for me, I just got tired, especially Madden 22. Madden 21, 22 crossing routes were insane. And I got tired of just loading up, freaking loading into a game, franchise game, and knowing, okay, here we go. Gonna have to drop, 15, 20 yards in coverage, and we're gonna get the play action crossers, and just defend that, 30 times a game. Like it just got so tiring. Um, and I just felt like customs, or I felt like stock playbooks allowed people to really have to play the game more sim. I mean, we're a sim league, but like we're not like hardcore strict sim league. We try to the best of our ability be as sim as we can, but we do allow our owners to be free and play the game as long as it doesn't take advantage of AI stuff like that. But I just felt like stock kind of put more of an emphasis on that. Um, Customs, I feel like people would like the bottom tier offensive guys would be like, all right, how do I get better? And then they would go watch YouTube videos and add those plays to their playbook. They would watch, traditionally top five offensive powerhouses in MHU and they would be like, oh, okay, that's what they're running. I'm gonna add that to my playbook. So it just turned into literally like, I mean, kind of the true NFL. So I guess it is sim in a way, but like it's a copycat league. Such and such works. I'm doing it. I'm gonna go add that to my playbook, and I get it. But it was just, I don't know, kind of a breath of fresh air for me last year. Not having to, not having to face the same formation. And there were so many times in 21 and 22, I would see the formation, I would already know the play that was being called, and I couldn't stop it. Like it was just, it was stupid. So that's kind of the reason we went to stock playbooks last year. But with the vote, the way it came in, there was 23 responses, so none of y'all losers didn't vote. Um, I know Sundance was probably one of them because he's probably still not read the damn announcement. But 23 responses, 56.5% of those responses voted for a return to custom playbook. 43.5% voted for stock. I was the one that voted for stock. I'll just throw that out there. But so, with this being a close vote, we met, admins met, we discussed what we wanted to do. We've decided we're gonna let custom playbooks return. I'm just gonna go on and get that out there now. Custom playbooks will be back for the Madden 24 cycle. Uh, Obviously, could change. Probably not this cycle, but we could go back to stock next year. It just depends. Um, Depends on the league. What the league thinks best, we're gonna try to do. So customs is back, but I say customs is back without saying it's gonna be pretty strict on the custom playbooks. Um, the cooldowns and the amount of times you can call a play, we're going to be pretty strict on those, especially now. 21, 22 when we had the cooldowns, 22 when we had, I don't know if we had cooldowns 21. 22 we had cooldowns. I think that was introduction to it. We couldn't be, and even last year, we couldn't be as strict as we wanted to with it because it affected the defensive side of the ball. Now, EA, thank God, has listened to us and they've put in that we can have offensive cooldowns and play limits, and we can have defensive cooldowns and play limits. Thank you, EA, for listening. So, offensive playbooks, they're going to have pretty heavy cooldowns and pretty heavy play limits. Don't know what those are quite yet. We're going to kind of play with it, test it. There'll be another MaddenCast that releases maybe the week of kickoff. So like September 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. And I'll just kind of go over the whole rule book, whole rule book, um, and just kind of hit on these things again, but closer to time. But I'll have an answer then as far as how strict that's going to look. Um, so moving on. The next thing was, should we play with abilities on or off? This is a lot of the league suggestion stuff. We'd been seeing that. Um, and before we get into this, I want to touch on league suggestion box. That is there for serious suggestions. Let's put anything we put there. Let's be serious about. Let's not joke about it. I really don't want to delete it, but some of the trash that's getting posted in there is just like, why are we even talking about this? Um, so a lot of that stuff, we discussed everything that got posted from the end of last cycle to now. We discussed all of that, and I don't think, I'm kind of scrolling through it now. Yeah, there's not one thing in there that we took into consideration. We discussed them all, but nothing's happening as far as league suggestion box. But the stuff we voted on, that was the more important stuff. That was like league wide instead of maybe just like one or two or a handful of users. But keep throwing your suggestions in there. I promise we see them. Promise we'd talk about them as long as they're serious. And we'll continue to make this league as great as we can. But yeah, getting into the abilities, we voted on that. This one was it was pretty lopsided. Not as I was surprised it wasn't as lopsided as I thought, but 23 responses again, 65. It was 65-35 for abilities to stay on. We had a little discussion on it. We decided we're gonna keep abilities on. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Moving on to the next one. Should we play with home field advantage feature on or off? This one, I honestly thought it was going to be pretty lopsided. I thought it was going to be like 75-25 at least, just to keep them on. I know Denham has been very vocal about it. He does not like it. He hated it. There's some people that hate it. There's some people that love it. I don't mind it. I know you get the routes that get all swiggly and shit like NCAA. Shit don't bother me. Hell, I can't read a defense half the time anyway. So, you think me seeing my routes is going to help me? Nope. And a lot of people in the league, same way. It don't matter if you can see your routes or not. You're probably going to throw an interception. So, but 23 responses, 52.2% to 47.8% in favor of keeping them on. We discussed this. We felt that this was close enough to where if we decided to make a change in the opposite direction of what the league voted on, didn't think it would ruffle too many feathers. And that's what we've decided to do. We're gonna roll with it off. Um, we're gonna see, how it goes. It could be a thing where we could cut it back on after season one. Um, most of these decisions are for the cycle. This one, I'm not gonna say it's for the cycle. It could be turned back on after season one, or it could be off the entire cycle. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we didn't think it was a big enough feature of the game that it would just hurt the league if we cut it off. So we're cutting it off. The last thing was, well, not the last thing, but the last feature was should we mess with the sliders? Gameplay sliders, XP sliders, penalty sliders, or don't touch the sliders? XP sliders, I should have probably put this in here. I didn't. We always mess with the XP sliders as far as offensive line's concerned. They get a little bit more XP just because you don't get that superstar. You can't. I mean, you can't dev offensive linemen, so you can't take a normal to star to superstar, and they don't have X factors. So XP sliders on those have always been turned up, anywhere from 20 to 50, depending on the position. Gameplay sliders we never touched, never. About half the league voted. I don't have that number in front of me. I don't believe. Or yeah, I do. 56.5%, 13 out of 23 people voted to touch the gameplay sliders. Um, we've decided we're not going to touch the gameplay sliders for now, but it could be a thing where we play season one and we're like, okay, we need to fine tune just a few things, and we touch them. Not going to say that's going to happen. Not going to say it's not going to happen. But gameplay sliders could be touched this year. We'll see. So that's where we stand there. The last thing, should anyone be inducted into the MHU Hall of Fame, got to have 75% of the vote. So 23 votes. It was pretty heavily. I don't think I took a screenshot of that. No, I didn't. There was like two names that was submitted. Somebody voted for theirself, and then I think somebody voted for maybe Beeman. I don't remember. But yeah, that's it. I'm interested. Brad's he's the only Hall of Fame member we got. He's won 6 trophies. 6 Super Bowls out of 23 seasons, I think, 22, 23 seasons. He deserves to be in there. But we're not putting anybody in there on a year-to-year basis, and I don't want it to. I want it to mean something, and right now it does. I mean, it's something. There's just one dude out of the whole league that's in it. So I want y'all's opinion on this. Give me some feedback either in my DMs or tag me in the league. Um, but I want some feedback. I want to have a discussion on this. Should we keep the same MHU Hall of Fame format where the league votes on it? You got to have 75%. And I can tell you, the years that we voted on it, other than when MHU or other than when Brad got inducted, which was like 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020, somewhere in there. It's not been close as far as getting 75% of the vote since then. I think 2021, maybe 2022, I was the closest. I got like 12 votes, but there was only like 25 responses or something. So it's still like 50%, but that's the closest it's been. So do we want to keep this same format, or would we like to switch it to where, in July of every year when we send out this form to vote on changes, we'll include the Hall of Fame ballot at the bottom, and you know, um, I don't know, maybe everybody vote for somebody, um, or the admins select. I think really what should be that the admins should, or maybe the league, we have a pre-vote maybe at the end of the cycle. When the cycle ends, have a vote, and like the top four vote getters, make the finale, the final ballot. And we just say in July, hey, here are the four people that made the Hall of Fame ballot for this year. Please vote for the MHU Hall of Fame user of or the MHU Hall of Fame member of 2024. Something, call it something, whatever. I don't know. Just an idea. So think about it. See kind of what improvements we can make on it. I'm just curious. Or do we just say fuck it, leave it the way it is? Nothing's wrong with it. Nobody's worthy. Let's move on. So either way, let me know. We're gonna move on now, and get to this bracket because I know y'all are excited. Actually, MHU coin in the store. I know there's been some questions. Hey, is it still a thing? What's going on? All that stuff. Last cycle was the first year for MHU coin. We didn't really get a chance to test it out for a full cycle. Got cut short in December. Um, Currency carried over. A lot of currency carried over, and we had I think I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I think like pretty close to half the league was either able to steal a team or claim their team. Um, so prices, especially for like being able to claim a team, that's going to go up. Some of the other stuff might go up, might change. I've really just got to sit down and kind of look at it and kind of figure out what I think's best as far as the economy of the store goes. Same way with how you earn coin. I think all that's going to stay the same. Um, but again, I'll do another show closer to time just about the MHU coin, the economy, all that, to further explain how it's going to work for this cycle. And then we'll kind of review it going in the next cycle, and you know go from there. I'm gonna I'm gonna say this when I make the currency video. I'm gonna say it now. They might not carry over to next cycle. Just gonna go on and throw that out there. Um, Currency might get reset cycle to cycle moving forward. We'll see. Just something I'm playing with. Um, we'll figure it out. So again, any suggestions you got for the store? Any items that we don't have in there that you think, hey, we're giving this shit away for free right now. Um, let's make people spend currency on it. Anything you think that we can sell for a price, put it in the league suggestion box, and I'll welcome it. This kind of a thing that's just been going on for about a year now. It's not a finely tuned machine. We're gonna get it there though. I believe in it. I think it's good for the league. I think it adds a different, just a different feel, something different for Madden League. Gambling's going to be back. The sports book is going to return. Game of the week, I saw game of the week. Bring those back. Game of the week's going to come back with the gambling. We're not going to be able to stream. Not going to be able to stream game of the weeks all the time, broadcast them. I ain't got the time to do that. I'm just gonna be honest. But as far as like getting a sports book up, for each game of the week, we're gonna do that. I really enjoyed that last year. We're gonna be back. So Lando, you listen to this. If you want to get Lando's locks back, hit me up. Let's do it. I really liked that last cycle. It was fun to do it. Um, Hell, it was just fun time. I love sports betting. I suck at it, but I love it. Um, it was just fun to do. So I think a lot of the guys enjoyed it as well. So that's something anybody wants to do. Any kind of media, any kind of shows y'all got ideas on, hit me up. If I can help you produce a show or run ideas by me or bounce ideas off of me, whatever. I'm here to help. I want to make this league as good as it can be. All right, so enough rambling on about that. Let's get into this bracket and make sure that I don't share it on accident. All right, so here we go. I had 28 people sign up. Normally it's just randomized. Well, not normally. Sometimes it's randomized seating. Sometimes I go in and I try to seed. I don't want AFC North people in the same bracket playing each other. NFC West. I don't want people that you're going to play um, in the cycle having to play first round. It's what I kind of normally do. This year I said screw it. I didn't give a shit. It's been a while since we played Madden. Um, People forget tendencies. It's just been a while. So we basically got 4 pods of 7 people. One person in every bracket has a bye, so there's automatically going to be one person automatically in round 2 in each pod. I basically did a 28 user power rankings, if you want to call it. I ranked the users in order of how I think their skill is based on the years they've been in MHU. It ain't just the past year. It's as long as I've known you. How good do I think you are? So bring the heat. Let me hear it. I don't care. So let's jump into this first pod. This is what it's going to look like. We got Beeman as the number 1 overall seed. First matchup is going to be Boss versus Shadow. Shadow's not in the league. I would love to have him in the league. He's just running 3 leagues, very busy guy. Hopefully, there's a time where he can return. We'd love to have him back. He was great last year for us. Did a lot of shows, a lot of production. Um, just overall great dude, great user. So hopefully we can get him back. But at least he signed up for the tournament. I love seeing him competing in that. So got Boss and Shadow there. Winner moves on to play Beeman. Then we got Mickey. Mickey's been retired for a year or two, so some people probably going to think he's high, but he's a champion. He's an MHU champion. He's you know, the type of game. If you don't know Mickey, the type of game he has, it just don't go away being retired. He's gonna play great defense, and he's gonna run the ball down your throat. So he'll be able to bounce right back in, and I think be right back at, if not his level, pretty close to it. Then we got new guy Chuck. He's been in the league before. Not really ever completed a cycle with us. Hopefully this is the first one he can complete with us. He's gonna be taking on Mickey. The winner of that matchup faces Canoe or Conyu, however you say his name, and Retro. and then you can fill out the bracket from there. All right, let's get into the next bracket. Cover that back up. All right. So this is the next pod. We got Sundance, number 4 seed, taking on the winner of Dub and Mr. Denham. Dub came in at 13, Mr. Denham coming at 20. The 5, is that the 5 seed there? Yeah, the 5 seed, Waffle, taking on the bottom seed, Vapor, 28. Vapor, um, I don't know shit about, just to be honest. I hosted him in a Survivor, in my Survivor server. He played that org with me in there, not with me, but for me. I hosted him, like I said. So good dude. Um, we'll see if he's got any stick skills. He was looking for some Madden leagues. Gave him the invite. Got him in here. So we'll see. So Waffle Vapor, the winner of that, plays JTG or Mr. Glass. Welcome back, Mr. Glass. Glad to have you back. Got your work cut out for you with the Broncos, but excited that you made the return to MHU. Good dude. Enjoy talking with you. So that'll be a good matchup there. I'll go over all these matchups at the end, kind of pick out what I think's going to happen, and we'll see how good my record is. All right, let's get into the next pod. Next pod is going to be the 2 seed, Bread, Big Mike, and Papa Bear himself. That's going to be an NFC North matchup. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's just kind of how it worked out. The winner plays Bread, so good luck. OMG, and then Mr. I wrote a letter to the MHU board members himself, no guarantee. Um, he's back and ready to fuck up a team. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully he'll be all right. If not, I ain't fucking with you anymore, and that's real talk. Um, moving on, Jordan and black shirts. After that, Denham is called. He's blowing my shit up. Trying to get a generator. Trying to record this show. I'll have to call him back. All right. So Jordan and black shirts. Jordan coming in the 10 seed. Might be a little high for a new guy, but that's where I got him. So he, played the whole cycle last year with us. Competed in the AFC West. So I think he'll be all right. So let's move into this last bracket right here, last pod. Got myself there at 3. Got Gordo and Pitt for Life there. I think that's a 16 seed beside Pitt. Winner plays me, and then we got Wood at 6, playing Sporty, and then we got Coastal and Midden playa, rounding out the tournament. So, did y'all really think I was gonna make a bracket and not put Coastal in my pod? I mean, come on. No, I'm just kidding. It just worked out that way. So let me take these covers off real quick. We'll get the full bracket. There's the full bracket there. All right, I'm just gonna run through this real quick. I'll fill it out, post it to the league so we can see how good I do. All right, we're gonna go just round 1 and then work our way over. I'm gonna go. That's a tough first matchup. I'm gonna go Shadow there. Um, and then I got Mickey. I think Mickey's gonna. I don't know, Chuck, man. That Rams roster's not very good. He's using the Rams. I'm gonna go Mickey. Um, and then I got Kanu beating Retro there as well. So actually, I'm just gonna do this first pod because I ain't gonna remember all the people as I go on down. So Beeman and Shadow, I got Beeman. And then I got Conyu beating Mickey. So I got Beeman and Conyu in round 3. I'm just going to put Beeman there in the final 4. All right. Next pod, Dub and Denim. I got Dub beating Denim. I got Waffle beating Vapor. And I got JTG beating Glass. So then Sundance is going to beat Dub. Waffle's going to beat JTG. Actually, I'm going to go JTG over Waffle. So we got Sundance and JTG. Go and put Sundance in the final 4 against Beeman. Next pod, I'm going to go Big Mike. Then I'm going to go OMG. And then I'm going to go Jordan. Then I got Bread moving on over Big Mike. And then I got Jordan. Actually, Jordan ain't had the game. OMG. So Bread and OMG. I'm going to go. Bread hates playing OMG. He's not even scrimmaging him because he hates playing him. So I'm going to go OMG. OMG the final 4. Gordo and Pitt. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go Pitt. I think he's had the game. I'm gonna go Pitt there. And then Wood and Sporty. I'm gonna go Wood. And then I got Coastal. And then Wood and Coastal. I think Coastal beats Wood. I'm gonna beat Pitt. And it'll be me and Coastal. I think Coastal gets some revenge on me. Put Coastal in the final 4. All right, so that's Coastal and OMG. Put OMG in the finals. And up top is Beeman and Sundance. Put Sundance in the finals. Nah, that's tough. Sundance is on vacation. He ain't playing a game. Put Beeman in the finals. Beeman OMG in the finals. Beeman wins. He's waiting on somebody out of the losers bracket. I think Beeman, number 1 overall seed, he's going to win it no matter who comes out of the losers bracket. Beeman's the winner of the preseason tournament. There you go. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. Sorry this ran. It's right at 30 minutes, a little over. But good first episode of MaddenCast. Glad to be back. So yeah, go on and start playing these preseason games. When you send it, make sure you do, the league settings. Play on 8 minutes. All Madden. Don't care who the home team is. Y'all can figure that out. I would prefer it be the, whatever you want to say. I don't know if it's the lower seed or the higher seed. Shit always confuses me. But like, if Beeman's playing, he's the 1 seed, he'd be home. So however y'all want to take that. 8, 9, 8 would be home. So I guess that would be the lower seed. But to me, that's the higher seed because they're the best. But anyways, so do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So get it going. I'll make an announcement probably Sunday or Monday on when we will advance, when everybody needs to be at least through round 1 of the winners and losers bracket. Normally takes about 2 weeks. We're in no big hurry. We're not gonna get started until about September 7th or 8th. So as long as we finish this tournament by then, we're good. So hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Glad to be back again. Keep saying that, but let's make it a good cycle and let's get this shit going. So good luck in the tournament. Till next time, it's Vols signing out. Y'all have a good weekend.